Good morning, ACI International. My name is Teodolfo Ramos Rosas, and I'm about to present solutions to problems that exist in our community with concrete and glass as the main materials involved. This was made by the student chapter ACI UCSM. We belong to the city of Arequipa, where paving stones has always been used to cover all its roads in the historical downtown area. That's why the deterioration of this has always been a concern. Furthermore, we can also observe the amount of glass that is wasted on the construction industry in our surroundings. Therefore, we can propose a solution for these two problems, which consists on the elaboration of pavement blocks that have particles of glass that can improve their properties. First, we start with the development of the mix that will result on the paving blocks. This has to achieve certain conditions in order to be used successfully, such as a good compression resistance, a balanced water-cement ratio, a workable slump, a conceivable nominal size of aggregate, the amount of additive that will be used, and a good air content. Now, to reach these conditions, four different designs were made, considering four different percentages of crushed fine glass based on the volume of total aggregates: 15, 20, 25, and 30%. These four were made using four different methods of mixed designs: ACI 211, Walker method, Finance modulus, and Viterbo-O'Reilly method. Now I'll explain the physical properties analysis. Two major properties were studied: compression and wear resistance. In the compression resistance, we obtain the next results on two types of paving blocks, which different critical resistance expectancy on each one. Then for the wear resistance, we got these results for type 1 block and these results for type 2 block. With this comparative data, we can conclude that in type 1, we achieved optimal compression resistance design with 30% of thick crushed glass and 15% of added mold glass also got those results, and also the best wear resistance. In type 2, with 15% of crushed thick glass, we get the best properties, but the 20% of added glass ain't that bad either. Then we get to the part of economic benefit per square meter. For what we got these results using the difference percentages in type 1 block, where we can conclude that the best option in favor of cost benefit was NTG 50% in type 1, which got first place in actual compression and second in wear resistance. And then in type 2 also was the NTG 50%, but it got a second place in compression resistance and a first in wear resistance. So now we can name the different applications and reach of these solutions. First, we could reduce the emission of waste material due to construction and glass, because we are reusing it. So we are eliminating a 4,000-year life expectancy waste from the environment. And in the economic side, there could be a little percentage of overpricing in comparison to the normal unit price of paving stones, but is it worth at the long term? In application, these units could be used in any place with moderate exposure to moisture, such as our city of Arequipa or the southern part of our country, Peru. The usage of these paving blocks should be restricted to low velocity roads, so for a downtown They are the perfect materials. Why should the public be interested? Because they use it every day and they will be interested in knowing about a material that it is cheaper in the long term. So now we can conclude that the paving blocks are very profitable in many aspects, such as the economic side and technical side. And the established proportion should be respected so as to reach the perfect conditions on which these blocks will be used. Recommendations: we could mention that the characteristics of these aggregates shouldn't be ignored, such as the fineness and the gaps that exist between aggregates, and also they shouldn't be molded more than 8 minutes due to the oxidation of the mix that can cause many problems to the final result. This was our bibliography on what we based our presentation. Presentation. Gracias por todo. Vive la serie.